Evening all. Gonna do a shave video. I haven't done one in a while. And the product I'm going to be using, well, what I'm going to be highlighting is Chiseled Face Crematorium Ghost Town Barber. Now, if you're a sucker for barbershop scents, and I am, this is up your alley. It's very nice. Very, very nice. A sweeter barbershop with a hint of vanilla and musk, but you know what? It pairs really well with it. It's possibly one of my favorite aftershaves of all time. Yes. So if you're a fan of this, you'll like this. Anyhow, and let me load it up. A lot of people call this a really great soap. Frankly, to me, that doesn't work. I do not think it is a really great soap. I, however, find it, to me, it's a really great cream. It is a very, 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 very soft product that acts like really high quality creams. Oop, the snurtle fell out. You barely need any product to get a very, very, very good lather. It breaks in and breaks down and all that jazz. But to me, it doesn't feel like a soap on my face. It feels like a cream. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. But this is one of those soaps where, you know, it's a croap. It's a soft soap. But to me, its overall performance is more of that of a very high quality cream. And that's okay. I'd honestly be scared to buy a whole tub of this product. Because here we are about, I don't know, 6, 7 shaves in, not even halfway through. Just all that left over. I'm gonna use my razor, my gold standard. Haven't used it in forever. My open comb, my chromatic. If that's not smooth, I don't know what is. But let's see, as far as performance goes in this look, like I said, To me, it acts more like a cream. So the cushion aspect of it is there's not as much of a cushion as there is with other products because creams don't necessarily have a lot of cushion going for them, but what they do have is, for me at least, they have the glide and post shave feel, which this soap has in Aces. It's a very lovely scent. Like I say, there's a lot of, barbershop scented soaps out there nowadays. And for the most part, I find them very generic, and that is not to say that I don't enjoy them, but they're all starting to smell the same. This one that's little musky kick. Stands out from the pack a little more. Just seen where I got a few rough spots, see if I want to buff it up or not. Anyhow, but another reason I'm doing this is one, I'm glad to see a soap that when it takes a barbershop scent, it's not going along the same. There's several fragrance oils by several fragrance companies, and you can tell that a lot of these manufacturers use that one fragrance oil for a lot of products, whether it's hot process soap, cold process soap, mountain forest soap, hair pomade. And they give them fancy little names like Granddad's Barbershop or Shave and a Haircut, but it's all the same bottle. This one, like I say, that nice little edge of musk really stands out. And a lot of people say, "Oh, I like this barbershop, I like that barbershop." One second. Well, I'd like to see more companies going regional because, depends on where you are in the world. If you go to a barbershop in an Indian neighborhood, you will find a lot of tea tree products. Go to a barbershop in a Turkish neighborhood, you're probably going to see Duro. You go to, you go to a Midwest barber, you'll probably find Clubman, or an East Coast even. Go to an out Out west barber, you'll find Gables, or Stefans. Down south, you'll find Florida Water. England, you'll see Sandalwood reigning supreme. And, a lot of people just go with this little cookie cutter barbershop sound. I mean, hell, let's try to make something, I understand there's the same, there's own, let's see, let's use a blues analogy. You're using the 145 in blues for the most basic things. And yet, there are people who can melt your face every time, and they're all doing variations on literally the same riff. You've got Stevie Ray Vaughan, you've got Eric Clapton, you've got B.B. King, you've got Albert King, you've got Robert Johnson. The list goes on. And it's all similar riffs on the same tune. And they're all very different, but very good in their own right. But when you're starting to see them to become too bland and there's not enough, sorry, eyelash. When it's all the same, it's all too cookie cutter, blah. Let's get a little more variation out there. I mean, I applaud Ron for coming out with this and having to be a little muskier than most people. Well, then I said most people because I'm so egocentric. Then a little muskier than I'm used to. That's a good thing. I'd like to see that. I'd like to see everybody come out with, well, something that just edges the status quo a little bit. Speaking of that, the reason I got my gem out is because, one, I'm dumb for not using it enough. Because, see, we're going to use a pretty bitey aftershave. Oh, that's lovely. No sting. One, I will give credit to my technique because it's awesome. Two, I'll give credit to the razor because this thing is a beast. Designed. This thing is just a marvel of engineering. And I also got to give so many compliments to this. This stuff makes my skin feel great. It smells great. But another reason I use this is because I've seen there's a guy coming out with a razor called the Falcon. And frankly, I'm really interested in it. And a lot of people are ripping on it saying, oh, it's like this razor, it's like that razor, it's like... Remember, I see a lot of those same people, doing their shaves of the day, and they've got this. No. That right there. It's not a grain, as you can see. Well, but isn't this just a riff on the grain? Yeah, it is. And, then I've got this. This is Pearl. Still shaves great. But is this a direct knockoff of a Gillette? Yes, of course it is. And a lot of people are crying foul. Oh my God, some of these. I mean, really, again, like blues, we're in a limited. There's a limited space of what we can do. And frankly, I like the idea of that mashup of that Falcon. It looks really good. I mean, I'm a huge fan of this, and it looks like an updated, modern take on it. And quite frankly, who wouldn't want that? But as usual, it's just there's a lot of people who say, "Oh, I'm going against the status quo, and I'm fighting for what I think is right." And like the computer, take a walk outside, breathe the fresh air. It's nice. It's really nice, especially, I don't know about where you are, but for up here it's summer. And yeah, I enjoyed my day outside today. It was nice. You guys should too, because I know you're pretty soon we're gonna have like people invoking the ghost of King Gillette to try to come and take us all over or some wacky shit. And let's just take a breather, guys. Really, Like, you really have all this time to waste on the internet of bitching about a razor and why you don't like it due to this and that and that. Like, really, I mean, I'll say this. I'm a huge nerd. Like, if you, I don't know. It's late and I'm tired. But if you ask me a myriad of things of Star Wars, Star Trek, the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, all that shit, I could probably quote 1,000 different things to you. And yeah, I've gotten in dumb arguments with people over it before. And that's the thing. I stopped doing it once I realized here I am in almost blows with a complete stranger about a band of people I've never met before and will probably never meet, and what they mean to me. Makes you happy, it makes you happy. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You just don't need to be so invective filled. I don't get it. I mean, there's plenty of things I've seen, and there's times I've complained. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not perfect, far from it. But at the same time, there's a lot of people, honestly, in this hobby that I honestly can't stand. I can't stand them at all. Double tap. And, you know, you see me sitting on a couch bitching about it. You see me going to a forum and screaming about it. No. What's it gonna do? What, in the end, at the end of the day, what does it matter? Nothing. But seriously, guys, get it. It's good. If you haven't tried anything, get this. And if you're a fan of this, and you haven't tried this yet, get this. Because, and if you haven't tried this yet, honest to God, get it. I mean, it's a little off-putting. I mean, this bottle here that just says, let's read the back. Experience the sensuous, exciting scent of musk in a long-lasting aftershave cologne. Sexy, masculine, powerful. Yeah, pretty cheesy, pretty 70s. And you're thinking that so you're gonna open this up and have it be, basically Sex Panther, and it's not. It's really good. The face feel, it, honest to God, it feels like this without the menthol, and it kind of smells like that if there wasn't the menthol. I can't help but wonder if some genius over at Comb just thought, hey, what if we made it brown, took out the menthol? I bet you we could market it as a totally different product. And somebody said, fucking genius, let's do it and see what happens. And I think that's how Aqua Velva Musk happened. That's just me. But honestly, it's really good. Try it out. Have a good night, guys.